Okay, can you hear my voice? Is my voice coming through the internet into your ears? Hello, welcome. Welcome to a stream that isn't Spider-Man. I'm sorry. We will be flying through the air, though. That is a thing that happens in this game. That is about the only thing in this game that is like Spider-Man. But it's there. It's there. That it is a thing. So the last time I streamed this, we got abruptly cut off because the game, or not the game, my internet cut out, which I'm sorry for. And it left at a very unfortunate point. We didn't really get anywhere. We played, it was about an hour, but it was an hour and nothing happened, which should tell you how odd of an opening to a game this really is. It's very unusual. It's a very action-packed game. Yay, you can see my face, fantastic. Hello Bear, how are you? It's a very action-packed game. If you ask anyone, it's very action-packed, and then you sit down and you play it and you don't do anything for at least an hour. And it's pretty crazy. So anyway, it's also a checkpoint save system. It's not a normal save system, which bothers me. Let me know how the audio balance sounds. I've been jumping around from game to game, and let me know if it doesn't sound good. But anyway, I just ended it where we were last time, and because it's a checkpoint system, I just went back through and got us back to where we were, effectively. What's this statue? I've never looked at that statue in all of the time I've played this game. Huh. That is Elizabeth, presumably. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. That is the girl. It's okay. That is a character. There's one with this. That's clearly her with the sword. Oh, I guess they're both the sword. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. So I went through and I played the mini games again so we could get the money. That's the only reason why I cared. But basically, we're here at a county fair. If you are just joining me for this stream, what you missed in that hour is we were on a rowboat and we were taken to a lighthouse. Inside the lighthouse, we found a murdered man, along with a lot of warning notes that someone was coming. I also found a note addressed to DeWitt being me, to bring us the girl and wipe away the debt. And we went inside the lighthouse, jumped in a chair, and got shot up into the air, and we are actually... I'm honestly, if I'm being real honest right now, I'm delaying. I'm hoping somebody will show up, and so I'm just gonna show you guys a bunch of stuff. But we're actually all the way in the air. We are not on the ground. Ah! It does that a lot, I don't know why. Look at that. See, we are in the clouds. We are in Cloud City. Only something tells me that Lando wouldn't like this Cloud City very much. And we had a nightmare when we got knocked out because we got baptized the wrong way. It's a long story, but basically everybody in this town worships three of the founding fathers of the United States of America. George Washington, the top general and first president, Thomas Jefferson, third president, who also wrote the Declaration of Independence or helped write it or whatever, and then Benjamin Franklin, who was never president, but is on our $100 bill, and also invented electricity, probably. So we're gonna get this doodad, and then we're gonna continue on with the game. And we're gonna start with one of my favorite parts of the game, with two of my favorite characters in the game. So that's your quick summary of the hour you missed. If you're not familiar with BioShock, I highly recommend you get familiar with BioShock, because it's amazing. But the BioShock series, you get things, in this game they're called Vigors, in the other two games they're called Plasmids. And they're superpowers, they're basically superpowers. You take stuff that rewrites your DNA and gives you superpowers. Pretty trippy. So this one's called Possession. When you first get Possession, you can use it to do things to machines. So like, we can run over here. This is a thing too, by the way. If you're trying to get as much money as possible, you can come over here and possess this machine. If you possess vending machines, they will spit they will spit money out at you. The blue bar down at the bottom with the heart is your salt amount. Salt is what powers your superpowers. Obviously, it's a health bar up top. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to go through this gate, and he's going to say we can't.
The raffle is all sold out.
Oh, no, not... No, how did the raffle get sold out?
Guessing that don't mean me.
Oh, we were also told not to pick 77, whatever that means. We'll find out. So what we're going to do is possess the machine.
Your spot at the raffle awaits.
Yay.
I didn't recognize you before.
Just going to refill my salt real quick.
Gentlemen of your caliber in our fine fairgrounds.
Yagi! Welcome, Yagi. You're just in time for one of my favorite parts of the whole game. Now these two, I'm not going to walk over there yet because they'll start talking to me. These are the two people that took us to the lighthouse on the rowboat. These are the two people I spotted when I looked through the telescope that were there and magically not there. These are two people that will keep showing up at random parts of the game. Let's go talk to them.
Heads.
Or tails.
Come on, let me through. Heads.
Or tails.
Flip coin.
Heads.
Told you. I never find that as satisfying as I'd imagined.
Chin up. There's always next time.
I suppose there is.
They're just gonna walk over there. Let's go stand awkwardly there. So there's heads. 5 or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Come on. 120, 123.
We won't leave until you do.
That's convenient.
You have my word on that.
So 123 times has the coin landed on heads.
It does show a certain lack of initiative.
They're funny. Nolan! Welcome, Nolan. You're just in time. This is basically where my stream left off the last time when it crashed. So I was saying, heads flips 123 times. I'm not going to get into why this is important, but if you've played the game, you know why this is important. When we were at the lighthouse, and we were told there was like a sword, a scroll, and a pen, or no, it would have been, let's see, it's the sword, and the key. The sword, the scroll, and the key. And I can't remember what order they're in, but you're supposed to hit the first one once, the second one twice, and the second one 3 times, which is 122. And that board had 122 marks on it until I walked in, and now it has 123. Could that mean anything? I'm glad you do, Yagi. I try to make them interesting. I know a lot of people like to watch streams because they watch people who've like never played the game before. But I try to chip in. So if you watch, when you walk away, this is another fun thing. They're going to stay there. They're going to be 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 there. Huh. These are not creepy children at all. Anyway, we look back, and oh my gosh, they're gone! Holy crap, how did that happen? These kids are just playing hopscotch. It's totally normal. Possess all the machines so I get more money. We really don't need the salt right now, so I just want to collect money. If any of you know how to get Sergeant here, someone's got to go get her. I've been blowing her phone up all morning. What's up, dude? You just shifting? James Dolph? Is that a wild James Dolph? Holy crap, buddy. How are you? How's the house going? I'm sorry, I know you've streamed a couple of times. I can never make it, though, because you, like, stream when I go to work. Like, literally, as I commute to work, you are streaming. These ladies were just hitting on me. It was super weird.
I hear the Father Franklin machines will be taking in new stock soon.
Ooh, the Father Franklin machines. Sing praises to the songbird, for he is the protector of the lamb. And thank you, Yagi. Yes, please, if you like. If you don't, you can also dislike the stream. I won't be offended.
My role model? Why, Lady Comstock, of course.
The prophet bless her and keep her.
Oh, that poor woman. The things she suffered.
Suffering don't make you holy.
Well, it certainly doesn't hurt.
I love the conversations these guys have. Whenever I play this game, it takes me so long to get through the prologue. But at least the house is progressing. But yeah, house stuff is always slow. The house my folks have now, we built when I was like 12, and everything took forever. Ah, and once you got that office set up, are we gonna have more regular James Dolph streams? Have you made any more video tours? Oh, like a no tour videos of houses. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I want to watch those though when you get that up. He's not gonna be back in 5 minutes. We can sit here for 5 minutes. He won't be back. That sounds a lie. So as I said, look, we're up in this guy. This game is just darn pretty. I'm sorry. I don't even care. I could just stare and look at it all day.
This little beauty? The
Hey,
whole
look.
division got them. If we're gonna flush the Vox out of the Skyline system, we gotta have the best.
They got any openings in the group? I'd love to bust some Vox skull.
Aha! That's foreshadowing. Hey, look! That statue was a man. Oh my gosh, what's happening to the statue? Now it's a woman! Oh man! That was weird. Wonder what that could mean. There's this song that's playing. They're just gonna sing Goodnight Irene until I'm done, basically. I was also attempting on Twitter, but let's see if you can get any more luck. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, I know there's these kids playing with their finger guns. Our Lutess. Now remember, Our Lutess was the quote at the beginning of the game. It takes place in Skyloft. Let's listen to this. I don't think I couldn't figure out how to turn subtitles on, so it might let me know if you need me to turn it up so you can hear the diaries.
Madam Lutess, I have read all your books on the sciences. Mama says it's not a fit occupation for a lady, but I think she's jealous of our cleverness. Is it true that only you are allowed to visit the girl in the tower? If the lamb is lonely too, I should like to meet her, as we would have much in common. Warmest regards, Constance.
Constance Field is like the most. Yeah, her finger guns. Constance Field is like the most science lady name ever. So from this, we get that Madame Lutess is a scientist who can visit the girl in the tower, who is also referred to as the Lamb. So all these signs that we see, that is the tower, by the way. It's not a very normal-looking tower. It's a big angel-looking tower, but that's the tower. Hello! How's it going, bud? Good to see you again. Thank you for joining the stream. I haven't been able to stream near as much as I wanted. My internet has been terrible. It is not actually fixed, so let me know if you guys start having stream problems. But we've put stopgaps on the problems. Ooh, that's creepy. What the? I have the same mark on my hand as the false shepherd. Oh man. Jeremiah Fink wants you to attend the raffle on July 6th. I did finish BioShock 1. I did indeed. I will be playing BioShock 2. I have not skipped it, but I have not played it yet. I want to play BioShock 2 after playing BioShock Infinite. Because reasons. Actually, there's just a lot of, I think there's a lot of connections between Infinite and BioShock 2, but I can't talk about them without spoiling Infinite. So, he does look like the guy from Gangs of New York. So we're going to play Infinite first, and then we'll play Infinite and we'll play Burial at Sea, and then we'll go back and play BioShock 2. Don't mind me, I'm just exploring. You don't get a lot of time to explore. This song just gets stuck in my head, because it just played this loop over and over again. Possess the machine. Take the money.
I feel like I've waited all year for this.
Oh man, so this game is about to get crazy town. I gave this disclaimer last time. This game is filled with a lot of, shall we say, really mature content. I apologize in advance if you find the mature content to be offensive. I will tell you that this is a game where if you do not feel grossly uncomfortable while you're playing it, I have a lot of questions about how you aren't. But yeah, let's enjoy this. Right? I would assume that I'm strangely dressed. I mean, I'm from the times, so I would look kind of normal, but I definitely wouldn't look like the city, per se. Here we go, guys. You might be too young for this, James.
12 raffle has officially begun.
Jeremiah Fink. I'll always talk to the woman.
Sorry, no sale.
Silly. There's never a charge for the raffle. You've been sleeping under a rock?
77.
Uh-oh. I was supposed to stay away from number 77, guys. I got that note.
Bring me the bowl. Is that not the prettiest young white girl in all of Columbia?
That's a weird way to say that.
All right then. The winner is number 77.
Oh, what do you know?
I won the raffle, guys.
Number 77, come and claim your prize.
I wonder what I win. I win the first throw? The first throw at what? Oh! Bride and groom.
Please, what are you doing? Come on. Are you gonna throw it?
Oh, no.
Taking your coffee black these days.
Yeah, F you, buddy. Come on, give me my options. Throw at announcer, Jeremiah Fink.
Wait. It's him.
Uh-oh.
Now, where'd you get that brand, boy? Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing snake in the grass false shepherd?
And we ain't letting no false shepherd.
This is so effed up, Yagi. You're absolutely right. Throw it gently. Ready for this? It's gonna get a little graphic. Sorry. Just fair warning. Rated M for mature.
Stop him. Stop.
Come here.
The false shepherds come to lead the lamb astray.
So, I won the first toss to throw a baseball at a mixed race couple because it's super illegal to do that. Come on, can I loot these bodies? Nope. All right. Now it's time to slice and dice. Come here. Yes, please. Let me search all the corpses. Someone around here has a gun. Can I go this way? Nope. Super can't go that way. Health kit. All right. So if you watched the first BioShock game, you would see that I would have like multiple healths. Like I would have like 5 life bars or whatever. This time you only get your 1. Okay, you have the gun. Get over here. Execution. Give me your gun. Heck yeah. What I like about Infinite, and BioShock 2 does this also, is you can have your melee weapon and your gun out at the same time, and your plasmids, or vigors. You don't have to switch in between. Yep, exactly. Yeah, so this town is very racist. It's very, very racist. Basically, this town is filled with people who think that 1912 United States of America wasn't racist enough, and so they flew away on a floating city. Welcome to Columbia.
I told you, Comstock. You sell them paradise, and the customers expect cherubs for every chore. No menials in God's kingdom. Well, I have a man in Georgia who lease us as many Negro convicts as you can board. Why, you can say they're simple souls in penance for rising above their station. Whatever eases your conscience, I suppose.
That's the setting of the game, James. The plot right now is I have to go to a tower and find a girl, and if I take the girl back to New York, my insurmountable debt will be expunged. So I'm going through the racist town to find the girl. Note, these are cages for people, and they have monkeys on them. This is one of the most uncomfortable game settings I have ever been in. Let's shoot some people. Hey, sucker. That's a nice turret. I want it. Ow. Frickin' A. Oh, I saw somebody else over here. Okay, if you're done shooting people, I'm going to start shooting the turret because the possession does not last forever. Actually, we're just going to go. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to go. Yeah, I can possess monkey. No. People cages. People cages with monkeys on them. It's a good thing if you don't know what that means. It's exceptionally racist. Crap, I'm getting my butt kicked here. Hold on. I'm not gone, but I'm happy if you think I am. Done. There's another turret around here somewhere. I don't remember where it is, but it's around here somewhere. You'll explain it. Yes, it's okay. There's another turret around here somewhere. I'm just lost right now. Hold on. I will get back to your question in just a second. I'm not used to playing this on the difficulty level I'm on, so I gotta focus for a second. Screw this shooting. That works. This whole shooting thing is not working well for me. I need help so bad. Heal me with your cotton candy and your apples. Okay. I think we're okay right now. Yeah, so... Yes, yeah, it's almost Skyhook time. I can't use it yet, I don't think. Okay, there's the other turret. That would have been a lot easier if I was using that turret, but I wasn't. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button, that's why. Ah! We're gonna boogie. I don't know how much longer that turret's gonna be on my side. Getting shot at from over here. I don't have a chance. Come over here. So I can, the execution kills like that, I can do that anytime my final blow is going to kill the guy. If I'm not going to cause enough damage to do it, I can't do it. And then I have to, like, hold the attack button. We're going to just not go back up there. I do have a James Bond golden gun. That's part of the DLC I have. Okay, always be afraid when the game gives you everything you could ever need. Are you ready for this? Mini boss fight.
What's going on?
Fireman! Dodge, 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 dodge. Yep. Yep, he's gonna shoot fire at me because he does that. Frickin' A. Okay, that was close. They blow up when they die, and so when they're about to die, they run at you, and I got stuck on something and couldn't move. That was fun. I appreciate that, Nolan.
A vigor. Let's kiss.
Nothing like a little rewriting of your genetic DNA. Woo!
Press to throw a fiery grenade. Hold and release to create an explosive trap.
So something that
That wasn't no sample.
something that Infinite does better than the other two BioShock games is that it used to be you would get a power that would be like fire or electricity or whatever, and then you would get a traps power. In 1, they were completely separate. In 2, you could use them as a combo. But in 3, you can just make a trap out of your power and you don't have to get it separate. It fits right because the first 1800s, that would fit very, very square on. Okay, now that I can focus for a little bit, were there other questions about what was going on? Yeah, so the plot of the game is not necessarily me hunting down racists, but it is part of the game. It's the setting of the game. Come and get me, suckers. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Okay, the turret's down. That's good. So like I said, possession on the turret only lasts so long. I can eventually upgrade it and it'll last forever. But early on, if you're not careful, they will turn on you again. So you have the solo blaster. I like it. I like it. That's very appropriate. So if we run over here, you can see this platform isn't connected to anything. That's the tower we're trying to go to. That is the tower that has the girl in it, and if we get the girl, we can go wipe away our crazy debt. The game is very, very vague on what that crazy debt is, which may or may not be relevant. Okay, there we go. Health. I like having health. Fill back up on my salts. So this is the Blue Ribbon Restaurant. I don't know how much this exists in the vanilla version of the game. I bought the complete version, so it has all the DLC on it. And basically when I go in here, it's just a giant loot house. Like, I'm just gonna get all kinds of cool stuff. But I assume that it exists in some capacity in vanilla. We're gonna have the same problem I did at the start of the game. When I walk through, the game is gonna, like, yell at me and tell me about all the DLC I bought, even though I've played this game 500 times and I know what DLC I bought, but I can never figure out how to turn it off. Yes, leave area. We will never return to the area we were just in. Where's my phone? Crisis averted. Do-do, do, 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 do. See Nolan's tweets. Okay, here we go. I think it's gonna yell at me and tell me about all the DLC I have. Maybe it doesn't. Yep, Siri, I knew it did. I get more gear, I get more money. Basically, I just get a bunch of money because I bought DLC, which is funny. Comstock is a weird name. All right, the Rise of Columbia. Here's some cool background information. Look back at opening day. The dream of the prophet is finally aloft in 1893. Columbia begins her journey to spread America's vision to the world. Fin. Stock means log. I think stock means something kind of similar here too. A stock is like you have corn stock, you have grain stock, you have like a stock here would be like a collection of a thing. Like you stock shelves at a grocery store. The prophet stands up to foes within and without. In 1901, the Chinese boxers take hostage American innocents. This is an actual historical thing, by the way. I actually didn't know this existed until this game. The prophet and Columbia stand up for America. What thanks does Columbia get? Washington tells Comstock to stand down. We stand behind the prophet. So that's Comstock. So the Boxer Rebellion, I think, is a real thing in history, but obviously Columbia didn't go there and do things at it because Columbia doesn't exist. But this game talks a lot about the Boxer Rebellion and the tragedy at Wounded Knee, which is a very American-based problem. We succeed from the so-called Union. 1902. A cowardly America recalls her finest city. No thanks, says the prophet. We're fine on our own. Columbia succeeds from the Union and disappears into the clouds. So basically, Columbia is a city where, like, 1903 America was not racist enough and not wanting to go around and take over the world enough, so it flew away into the sky. For the record, for those of you at home who may not know, 1903 America was drastically racist and drastically wanted to own, like, every part of the world. So if this city didn't, or if that wasn't enough for this city, that should tell you something. Hey, look who's here.
We have company.
We do indeed.
Why are you following me?
We were already here.
Why are you following us?
Aperitif.
I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something, James. I think you've super solved the mystery of this game. I know. You get such a good start if you play with all the DLC. It's just a nice picture of Lady Comstock with a sink. I don't know why there's a sink. There is. Okay, so there's gear. Gear, if you're familiar with the other BioShock games, gear works like, is it tonics? These are basically passive powers that you can have. So, new boots. You have a hat, a shirt, pants, and boots, so you can only equip 4 pieces of gear at a time. You get gear regardless of the DLC, but with the DLC you get more gear. So with these boots, weapon damage is increased by 50% if I'm on a skyline, which will make more sense here in a minute. New hat, electric punch, 70% chance that a melee target is stunned. You can change this too at any point in time in the game. So, new pants, killing with a vigor trap has 70% chance that an enemy will become an ally for a couple of seconds, which is cool. And then shirt, oh, this is great. So it's, which ones you get when is based on an RNG, which is interesting. So some of them are great, some of them are not so great. But it's not like you get tier 1 powers early in the game, you get tier 3 powers later. When it comes to gear, it's all on an RNG. So this is the best shirt. This is a shirt I wear a lot, and I just got it at the beginning of the game, which is great. So this increases all weapon clip size by 75%, which means I can almost double the amount of ammo I can carry. But I have even more gear. So pants. I really like the Bull Rush pants. I don't kill a lot of people with traps, so I'm probably going to wear the Bull Rush pants instead of the other ones I found. Boots, killing a possessed human. I don't possess a lot of humans. I'm just going to take the gear. I'm not going to equip it. hat. This is my other favorite hat. Every time and I'm absolutely going to wear it. Every time I listen to every time I pick up an audio diary or a voxophone, I'm going to get money. And you need money to buy upgrades. You don't upgrade anything here by XP or anything. You upgrade entirely by money. I'll show you what these things are here in a second. I just want to finish the gear. Increases damage against handymen is great, but I don't need that right now. Because I'm not you fight handymen, but only at very specific points in the game. So I'm not going to have that equipped right now. After eating a snack, move faster for 3 seconds. I mean, that's nice, but it's not as good as being able to carry more ammo. Drink some coffee for some salt. Boots. Okay, when evading, movement speeds are increased. So if I'm walking backwards or side to side, I go faster. I'm actually going to equip that one, because I don't do a lot of shooting while I'm on a skyline.
You'll find that handy in a pinch.
The difference between life and death.
You know what, dude?
You missed. Missed. Missed again. 4 out of 5. Another miss. And a miss.
I love how sassy these guys are. Oh well. Somehow I'm missing them. And no, that's not just because they can't die. This game gets crazy. Ooh, here's a new thing. Adds a magnetic repulse field. It's a shield. I just got a shield, basically.
Surprising.
Surprising that it worked.
Surprising that it didn't kill him.
But a magnetic repulsive field around one's body can come in handy.
If it doesn't kill you.
A fair point.
These guys are so weird. Okay, I will take salts, please. So these are the other way you can level up. So what I said earlier was a lie. When I said you level up everything with currency, you level up guns with currency. You level yourself up by finding these infusion vials, and they're hidden throughout the game. So this gives you more health points. This gives you a shield that lasts longer, and this gives you more salt capacity. I'm gonna start with just more health.
That's what the doctor ordered.
There's just a dead guy here. Don't anyone question it. It's fine. I'm sure it's normal. Pick up infusion. Oh, cash register. Pick up infusion. Salt. Pick up infusion. Shield. Put 1 point in all of them for a bit, and then we'll go over here and get these. And I'm gonna put 1 into. In theory, if I have shield, I don't need health. But I find that I really like to, front load salt because I use my powers a lot. And giving, like, all the health points is not a bad way to be. Now, note, she just moved away from the door. The game does not let me move on until I've collected all of the quote-unquote important things. But I'm gonna run over here and find some stuff that's hidden. So yeah, I think that's everything that's direly important. We're just gonna loot the kitchen. Machine gun ammo. I don't have a machine gun yet, but we will have one shortly. Food gives you health. Most drinks give you salt points. So now watch, when I pick up this voxophone, I'm gonna get money. See? Let's go ahead and listen to this.
Father Comstock called on me today to write his biograph. Me. The man pays for exactly 100 pages in advance. Now, I'm half a Jew when I smell silver, so I say, Father, your flock would pay for 1,000. You know, why settle for less? And then the prophet looks to me and says, 100 will suffice, as I know how it ends.
Okay, bye, James. Sorry, I didn't want to talk over that. But I hope you have a good day. Thank you for dropping by. And good luck with unpacking things. You may have seen me react during that. This game is filled with a lot of, like, undercut things. Like, the line of, I'm half a Jew when I smell silver is very anti-Semitic. Very, very anti-Semitic. So, yeah. I will say this, what I appreciate about the game, now that I have to explain all this so carefully. What I appreciate about this game is if it was going to represent racism and bigotry at the time. It did it in a very real way. Because oftentimes, you play games like this, and you'll just see the very classic white people hate black people kind of thing. And this game does a very good job of capturing how much wider and deeper and more awful it was. That it's really any ethnic group that wasn't their ethnic group. And sometimes that includes people that are considered white, such as a lot of Jews, who also received, historically throughout history, a lot of hate.
And worse is the insult, because today is the day that marks our secession from the Sodom below.
There's also a lot of, it represents, or it shows, it doesn't represent, it shows a lot of bigotry against Irish in this game as well. Which there definitely was. I imagine this game plays so different for you compared to, right, because of the slavery, yeah, exactly. This game is very different for me, because this is, yeah, it's very different.
Hook onto them with this skyhook.
Oh, this was so uncomfortable for me to play. But like,
Damn hook must be magnetized.
look, this is how the game's kind of like Spiderman, but not. Yeah, like, and the thing is there's so many little things in the game that I pick up on because I know what it's saying, that if you don't have the same cultural history, you're not going to understand. And yeah, it's a very uncomfortable game. Skyline Strike! Boom! But I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to explain, because, like, not that feeling uncomfortable is fun, but it was an uncomfort that I appreciate. I feel like this game is a good thing to play. Like, I feel like, you know, it doesn't use a lot of these kind of uncomfortable topics in a way where it's like, okay, we're gonna have an excuse to have racism in the game because you get to shoot the racist, so it makes it okay. Like, this game very much wants to make it uncomfortable and wants to show you how bad something like this was and still can be. Crap, where is that coming from? And I appreciate that, because it's a very violent game, but it's not like a Grand Theft Auto violence, where it's like, let's let people live out a fantasy of getting to commit crimes and stuff. Like, this isn't a fantasy where you get to be racist for a few minutes. Like, this is very much an honest look at things, I think. While also getting to be really violent, so, you know. Ah! Here's where I said that possession doesn't last forever. So if you're watching up in the upper left there, you'll see my shield went away. My shield will reload itself, or refill itself, but I have to not take damage. Okay, Nolan, I'll see you when you get back. Thank you for dropping by. Oops, hitting the wrong button. But, so the shield takes X amount of damage, and then it goes away. And then it will regenerate, but you have to not take damage for a certain amount of time. Whoops, did not mean to do that. I meant to use my other power. Why don't I have the machine gun out? This is getting annoying. Okay, there's another turret somewhere. There it is. Help me out, turret. Ah, see, my shield just went down. There we go. Machine gun's so much better than pistol. Hello! I will say hi to you in just a second when I'm not getting shot at, but welcome. Okay. is... Hello, welcome. Slavery is also metaphorical. The player is a slave again. That is true. That is true. There's definitely layers going on in this game, for sure. A lot of metaphors with the character is very much a slave to the game, but also very much a slave to his own past. And he's desperately trying to be free of his own past. And I think the importance of that shows that all people are people, you know? We go through different things, we struggle with different things, and different people with different backgrounds have had rougher roads and whatnot. But I think it's just important to find ways that we are alike more than to find ways that we're different. But to do that without belittling things that other people went through. Burn, you suckers! I say as I talk about unity and I'm setting people on fire. I love the ladies that come to shoot you because they have these Statue of Liberty masks on and they're the funniest things ever. It's just like, you didn't know how terrifying the Statue of Liberty was until she came to end your life. Right? This game, I love these BioShock games so much. And that's what I found. I just got done playing the first one a couple of weeks ago. And then I haven't been able to stream for a while because my internet crapped out. But I am going to play BioShock 2. I'm just playing Infinite first because reasons. Father Comstock. There's me. There's the false shepherd. We're going to pop into this house real quick because I like to break and enter. But I found that these games, like, the fandom just doesn't die. Like, I feel like people who really love and play these games just will play them forever. I like to just drive through drawers and find things. This is really a game that rewards you for exploring. The one thing that I think is too bad, and I get, is like it doesn't have a map like the other games, but that's fine. I've learned how to get to deal with it, but I was disappointed there was no map when I played it the first time. Just some nice pictures, right? Like if I don't play this game, or any of the three, if I just don't play it all for too long, I get antsy. I have to play it again. I also always turn the syncs on. Am I the only person that does that? Oh, yeah, the thing, yeah. I'm just gonna take your money, it's fine. You don't need it, I do. Box phone.
Otis works up at the lodge part-time. He took this box from one of their secret ceremonies. And I know for sure, there is something dear inside. Problem is, Otis is more fool than not. He didn't bother to also secure a key from the Feathered Brothers to open the damn thing.
Locked.
Alright, so this is where you get an optional quest, so eventually we can backtrack and open this chest up if we want. I want, so we're gonna do that when we find the key. Find the key, find the key, find the beautiful key, find the key, find the key, oh how happy you'll be. I can't sing, sorry, I'll try to avoid that as much as possible. Oh, there's a plush songbird, how cute. Is this is not the one with the, yeah. Hey there, dude. I love this. Progressive. It's alright, I'm not like the rest, I'm a progressive. I feel like that's what it feels like to be on Twitter. I'm not like everyone else. I'm a progressive. So anyway, I could shoot this guy if I felt like it. There's no morality system. Like, it's not like if I kill him or don't kill him, it's gonna change anything. But I don't know. I just don't feel like it. I mean, kill enough people in this game. I turned your sink on and robbed you, though. I'm just gonna not murder you. That's my gift to you, is not murdering you. Do you have anything nice here? We just leave, like, wine out there. I'm not gonna drink it, because I would gain health, which I don't need, but I would lose salt, and I don't want to lose salt. I think this box has crap in it. It does. Loot everything, always. That's what I say. This is so fun, watch this. I like to pick the furthest spot I can jump and then go. That will never not make my stomach turn to do that. I have a golden machine gun too. Nolan left just before I got the machine gun. He would have loved this thing. So we're gonna go in there, but I'm just gonna eat all of their food and take all of their money first. Yeah, I've loved the BioShock games for a while. I got into them super late. I bought the first BioShock game super cheap the year Burial at Sea came out. I got into it really, really late, and I played it, and I fell in love. I played BioShock 2, and I loved BioShock 2, but I think part of that is I didn't have any weight between playing the two games, and I didn't have any expectations because I just played it. And then I bought the complete collection for Infinite, so I played all 3 games within a year. And I just have been in love ever since. A meeting of Columbia's Friends of the Negro Society. Pastor Atkins' sermon topic, until the Negro is equal, none of us are equal. So here we start to find that there are some people in this city that are more open-minded. There, you just saw my game save. So you can, we're getting subtitles of people arguing in the next room. Yeah, BioShock 1 was so good. It is a game, for sure. So amazing. So these guys have a printing press.
Tim, the one they're after. Go. They're looking for you.
So they're gonna help me because they want to help everybody.
Keep your voice down.
I'm gonna go hide. These folks are out to help everyone, and they know that I caused a ruckus at the raffle, so they didn't try to kill the interracial couple. So here you can see like they're hiding a dude who's just trying to sleep. So these are kind of like the game's equivalent of the Underground Railroad, if you're familiar with the Underground Railroad. In the U.S., that is not like the tube. The Underground Railroad in the U.S. was a system by which people got freed, or probably not freed, there wouldn't have been any that were freed, but took slaves from the south to the north. So it was like a system of safe houses to move people, because at the time you could be free in the north, but not so much in the south. So this is like the equivalent. So you know they got like Abraham Lincoln up here, who's the U.S. president that signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all the slaves. I guess it would have been freed slaves. Yeah, I don't know. I should know it better than I do, but I don't. Okay, we're gonna go out and get into a fight. You didn't like 2 at first, but I love it now. Yeah, it's very underrated. I think what happened, I can see it as if you had been waiting for a long time to play it and you had all these expectations built up in your mind, not liking it. I think it's different too because BioShock 1 and Infinite are both so well known for their twist, which as much as I'm trying not to say spoilers ahead of time because I got a couple people watching who've never played any of the games, but they're so well known for their twists, and then BioShock 2 doesn't really have a twist, and I think that let a lot of people down. Step into my fire trap, you suckers! Oh crap, turret! Forgot there was one out here. Oh, hey, you are right in my face. Where did you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go. You can die, please. Thank you. Alright, fireman, come on out and play. There is a fireman on this level, which I only know because I've played this level so many times. I'm gonna go ahead and repossess the turret. I don't need salt because the only one I have is fire. And I can't use fire on the fireman because he's immune to fire damage, basically. What? Why are you back to shooting me? Give me more salt, please. I guess I could set all these guys on fire too. That would also be an option. So my shield, as you can see, starts to come back as soon as I stop taking damage. Hello, confused man. I know that fireman's coming. There he is. Ah, crap. At least the turret's dead. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, the two vigors I have, they're called plasmids in BioShock 1. The two vigors I have are possession, which won't work on the fireman, and fire, which won't work on the fireman. So I have to just shoot him myself. Crap. Come on, dude. Just blow yourself up already. There he goes. The best part about playing 1 was the fact... Yeah, I had no idea there was a twist coming, actually, the first time I played it. It was something I just saw, like, for cheap, and I just grabbed it, and I was just playing it. And it happened, and I was like, oh, man, this is great. I want to possess that machine and get money. I gotta find some salt first. As you may or may not notice, I am not the best at the combat of this game, but I just love the story so much. Wild West Show, Preston Downs. Let's listen to your voxophone.
Comstock came by the wagon at dawn. Man was just transfixed by my trophy scalps. Asked about the white ones there. I said, well, sir, if your quarry dwells in the jungle and beds down with the local color, why split hairs? Not a chuckle out of him. Either he ain't seen a man go native, or maybe too many. Anyhow, now he's got me hunting down this Daisy Fitzroy. Hope he don't expect me to stuff and mount her.
Yeah. Okay. So Comstock talked to this guy Preston Downs. I'll just go ahead and tell you that that is a name you should remember, because we're going to see a couple of voxophones from him. He's hunting down Daisy Fitzroy, and we'll learn who she is soon. Thank you guys for coming out to hang out with me, though. I know there's about 500 Spider-Man streams you could be watching, and instead you're choosing to watch a game from, like, what, 2011? So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I do this. I'm excited to be streaming again, because like I said, I couldn't stream for a while, and it was driving me crazy. I'm always glad to have you here, Yagi. I know I haven't been able to make it to as many of your things because you keep playing things I can't watch yet. That's cool. How is, have you played any more of The Walking Dead? Is it still treating you well? You still liking it? Can I walk up here? Ooh, I can walk up here. This is fun. Whee! Is there anything cool over here? I don't know that I ever walked over here. You finished season 3? Dang! Always. Hey, I love hanging out in people's streams, you know that. I felt bad because there were a couple people streaming last night, but I'd already watched like 3 streams that day. And I was so tired. Is season 4 out? Oh, there's only episode 1 of season 4. Dang, you are caught up. All right. This is my favorite part of BioShock Infinite, which is a little sad because it's the beginning of the game. But I love this part so much. Well, you had stuff to do. It's understandable. It was funny because I know both CB and Robo were streaming Spider-Man last night, but I was just so tired. Comstock fights the Serpent of the Nations. I've always found this interesting that they use serpent imagery throughout here because there's a very well-known, at least in the States, flag called Don't Tread on Me about the colonies. And the colonies had it. It was a flag in our Revolutionary War to talk about how the Imperials should not tread on us, or we would, they'd step on us and we'd bite them like a snake. So I'm sure the serpent imagery here probably has something to do with Asians on account of the particular facial choices. If you look at the art on there, they look very Eastern. So it's probably actually a slam. It's probably something racist in that regard. But I still think it's interesting here that the side that is born out of America is fighting against a snake, because for a brief period of time we use snake as iconography for ourselves. I don't know if there's deeper meaning to that. I don't know if I'm reading into it. I just think it's interesting. Well, time zones have to get so confusing too when it comes to some of our streams. Anytime I have a stream I really want people to make it to, I always try to do my time zone and London time, just because I figure that makes it easier for people. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and rob these people. But yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. So this is this order with their Illuminati eyes. They worship a guy by the name of John Wilkes Booth. John Wilkes Booth is the man who assassinated President Abraham Lincoln. Can catch some working Americans and some Europeans. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Booth, yep. I really genuinely wonder what this game is like if you don't know a lot of American history. Because it's gotta be so strange. But I love this picture. This picture just cracks me up. It's John Wilkes Booth with an angel halo standing behind a very demonic looking Abraham Lincoln. He did. He was president during our American Civil War, which was fought largely due to the issue of slavery, and he signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all the slaves in America, or was supposed to have if people followed the rule. So that's why they hate Abraham Lincoln. Come here, suckers. See here? Protecting our race. They're really into that. Right, and that makes sense. And what the most startling thing to me as I play this game is how many things I thought I knew, and then I try to explain them, and I realize I really don't know this as well as I should. And I kind of judge myself a lot while I play.
And when the Angel Columbia gave unto the founders the tools to build a new Eden, they did so without hesitation. For 85 years they prepared the way of the Lord. But when the great apostate came, he brought war with him, and the fields of Eden were soaked with the blood of brothers. The only emancipation he had to offer was death.
So there, of course, because Zachary Hale Comstock, being somebody who does not value the life of somebody who isn't white, would see the Civil War as this terrible, terrible thing that killed people that mattered over people who, in his opinion, didn't. So that would be his opinion of the Civil War. I know, first thought he killed Abraham. Not really. Yeah, yep, exactly. I love all these crows. This is so creepy. The crows start to make sense later, too. We will eventually get my favorite power in the game. What's fun is there's a lot of food you can eat through here, but if you look at it, it actually takes away health because it's rotten. I appreciate that level of detail. Here's the statue of John Wilkes Booth. I know a little bit of Latin, but I can never quite figure out what a lot of these phrases are. The thing is with Latin, though, is you can actually translate it like 5 different ways, so it's kind of hard to tell which translation they're going for without context. Okay. I keep wanting to save, but it's a checkpoint system.
Where we demonstrated to the sorrow below the true mission our founders had given us. And when the man
So this is like the Ku Klux Klan, sort of. We're just gonna set them all on fire, the suckers. Come fight me. See, I like this level. It's like the Ku Klux Klan. And you just get to like wipe out the Ku Klux Klan. I probably shouldn't enjoy it that much, but I kind of do. I find a certain level of irony in burning the bodies of Ku Klux Klan members. Oh, I'm sorry, can you not see out of your hood? You weirdo. Oh, I didn't run anywhere, sucker. Come here. I hear you. Where are you? Find me. Come on. I want to hit you in the face. There we go. Whoa. Whoops. I did not mean to kneel. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to hit a different button. I had a more combat-friendly button than kneeling. There we go. That's everybody. The music was to kind of tell me. They are the KKK. Yeah, well, it's a little bit harder to pick up on because they're not dressed in white robes. They're dressed in purple. But they're super the KKK. Like, it's so crazy. This is like, because again, I played this game pretty darn blind. Like, I knew there was going to be a lot of this kind of stuff in it, but I didn't know, like, the degree. And I hit this level and I'm like, I am fighting the KKK right now. No, they're not just a rando crow cult. They are super the KKK. Okay. Infusion. Let's level up my shield. My argument with leveling up the shield is as long as my shield is there, I don't need health. Well, no, you're not oblivious. It's just not your culture that it's making a statement on. You know, it's... I feel like American history, it must almost feel like pop culture in other countries. That's a good question. The crow is, I think, in the game canon, which we'll get to here in a second. Here, hold on. This is the key to the chest in the house that we were at. So I'm actually gonna backtrack. Look at this is so disgusting. Forgotten Country. And it's Washington with the Archangel Columbia on his shoulders, holding the Liberty Bell because, you know, and then there's like, that dude's Irish, that dude's an Arab, looks like an islander, that's an Asian person, Mexican person, like another Orient type. Like, this is abominable. And I'm sure I'm using the wrong words, and I apologize if I am. I'm not intentionally trying to offend anybody.
What exactly was the great emancipator emancipating the Negro from? From his daily
So
bread,
disgusting.
from
Oh my gosh.
the of honest work, from wealthy patrons who sponsored them from cradle to grave, from clothing and shelter. And what have they done with their freedom? Why, go to Finkton and you shall find out.
Oh.
No animal is born free, except the white man.
Oh.
And it is our burden to care for the rest of creation.
It's so terrible. It is easy to forget it's real, and I think that's a big problem here, because even though it happened here, it's easy for someone like me to forget, because I don't live with that. It's easy for me to forget that, like, people that would have been my ancestors would have been doing these kind of things, and that's where we still have so much of the tension today, basically. Yeah, and I mean, obviously we have a lot of, like, neo-Nazis here, that were born out of that kind of idea. I'm just walking back to get the chest open. Hold on, I got more people to fight though. But anyway, yeah, like I feel like if you're playing this game and you're not from the US, nor have you spent any considerable amount of time in the US, I think it's understandable if you don't pick up on all the subtleties. So the environment in this game is interactable. There was oil on the ground, and that's why the ground is burning. So you want to kind of look for stuff like that when you play. Makes it easier. Come on. You saw he had a skull over his head briefly. That meant I could do an execution kill on him if I wanted. So you see yeah, exactly. Well, and like I said, I live here, and it's hard for me to comprehend it sometimes. Like that people actually thought that. It's so weird to me. Oh, I already possessed the machine, my bad. Okay, I need to go back in the house. It's just a little bit of backtracking, it won't take too long. Yeah, this game is very intense in that regard. But again, like I said, I think they handle it really well in the game. Hello, Nolan, welcome back. I've been needing you to tell me what kind of machine gun I have. I'll show you in a second when I can set it off. You missed the part where I, like, killed the KKK, though. It was pretty intense. Where's the frickin' door out of this place? There it is. Okay, where is the chest? This is why I go through the effort of doing this, too. You unlock the chest, and you get another infusion, which I super need. Do shield again. You don't find enough in the game to unlock everything, so I do have to be a little choosy. But I go through all the effort of going all the way there and back because of the infusion. Yeah, I got this fancy gun. It's also gold, but that's also because of my DLC. Here we go, and jump! But we're going back through the place that you missed, because I had to walk it back briefly. I'll show you. I think we're safe to go through this door now. Yep. So we went through this place with the giant eye. Oh, you were asking, I'm sorry, I get so distracted I never end up finishing answering any of my questions. Or any of your questions. In the game lore, these guys here, the Order of the Crow, they follow Lady Comstock, or the memory of Lady Comstock, and her symbol is the crow, so that's why they worship crows. Yes, the Hand of Death is a grappling hook. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. This is a cult, Nolan, this is the part you missed. It's a KKK-like cult that worship John Wilkes Booth, because John Wilkes Booth killed Abraham Lincoln. And this is their picture of Abraham Lincoln. That would be John Wilkes Booth at the theater, killing a very demonic-looking Abraham Lincoln. So we just wiped out the cult of John Wilkes Booth worshippers. Yes, I do. Salt. This game makes you very salty. You cannot play this game unless you're salty. And then here's the giant poster of awful. This is so horrendous. Did I pick up all the loot, though? That's the important part. Okay, I want to listen to the radio announcer, so I'll shh for a second.
Began his terrible rampage. Trouble began almost instantly. Full of wrath and bent on harm, the anarchist maliciously wounded several Colombian peacemakers, before then arming himself and firing into an assemblage of virtuous fairgoers. As of this hour, he is considered wholly responsible for causing at least 8 God-fearing Colombians to meet their maker in heaven.
I'm terrible.
He is considered brimming with danger and evil intent, and we implore you not to tempt ruin
So yep, that's me. That was how they spun the story of me getting attacked at the raffle. Oh no, run from the copyright infringement music! Ah! It's gonna flag the stream. We gotta get out of here. Did I answer about the crows and the KKK? Yeah, I don't think the crows are a KKK thing, but I could be wrong. I think in the game lore, the crow is the symbol of Lady Comstock, and the John Wilkes Booth guys also follow Lady Comstock. And I think that's where it's from, but the crow might. I honestly don't know enough about the KKK. It's never been a group I've been that curious about. Hey, machine. So you've seen me, like, robbing these machines. This is what the inside of the machines look like. I can buy health, I can buy salt, and I can buy ammo. Eventually you can buy other things. Yeah, I don't think they are. I think that's a in-game lore thing, but I could technically be wrong. There's so much cool stuff to explore and look at. I will take money, please. Silver Eagle. There's a really funny meme out there that cracks me up. It's it shows, so BioShock 1 is about a guy who's pissed off at America, and he goes and builds a city underground, but he has dollars, and like dollars as a currency there. And then this is a city that like glorifies America, and their currency is silver eagles and not dollars. I just think that's funny. Oh, did you? That's cool. This is like a really sad thing. I don't really even know what it's doing. Okay, hold on, where is... Okay, it wants me to go that way, so we're gonna explore the other two rooms first. I think we find an audio diary here that might be... Yeah, I think this Vox phone is relevant to what you were asking about, Yagi.
Sweet Mother of Columbia, why do we worship three symbols in your memory? We worship the sword, so that we might avenge you. We worship the raven, so that we might cover the city with eyes. We worship the coffin, because it symbolizes the weight of our faith.
Okay, yeah, so they, I think a lot of what goes on in this game is a very common symbol of wisdom. So I think where the game is like, it's crows, I think if you were to ask these guys, they would say it's actually ravens. Here we're gonna find a new piece of gear. This is just a hidden little room. Deadly pants. Nothing like some deadly pants. What I have? Okay. This is pretty tough. I like melee targets being knocked back because that way if I'm getting swarmed, it gives me room. But this way, I have a longer strike range with my melee attacks. Exactly. Never more. Never more. And Odin did have two ravens, you're correct. I'm gonna take the gear. I think I'm gonna keep the bull rush pants though. I will take this purse full of money, thank you. Here's a cell with some rotten food in it. There's a candy bar in the toolbox, because why not? And then there's this. There's blood. Okay, we've been everywhere. There's just this random thing. I don't even know what it is. Uh-oh. Interesting Odin's Raven and the one eye symbol. Yes, it is. Well, I think it's interesting in general these guys use a lot of Illuminati stuff. This is gross, by the way. Oh, I hate these guys. That is so disgusting. He just got eaten by being torn apart by ravens. Okay, this is kind of a hard mini-boss fight. Hold on. I mean, it is and it isn't. It's one of those, once you know how to do it, the trick is to lay down a lot of fire traps. Come and get me. So the fire guy can teleport and turn himself into a big old flock of crows and teleport. It's pretty great. That's where I said, like, okay, but I killed him. I set him on fire a lot.
New kind of vigor?
Yup. Pick it up now. People are shooting at me. This is my favorite vigor in the game. It's so good. This is like the bees of BioShock 1, only better. Because I can make traps. Murder of crows. Murder of crows is literally what a flock of crows is called.
Hold and release to create a nest trap.
Okay, somebody was shooting at me. Where did they go? I'm not alone in here. I know this.
Someone sneaking about? Brace yourself!
Crows! I'm way too intrigued by it. You know what's coming? Crows! Crows are coming. Woo! My favorite flock of birds is the owls, which is called a parliament. A parliament of owls. Yes. Very dignified. It is a lot like the birds. That movie is great. Old school Hitchcock is just a lot of fun. I suppose, compared to new school. What is in there? Oh, that's a person. That is a person in that cage. This is the weirdest aviary ever. But yeah, see here, this is a statue of Lady Comstock. So that's the other person that, like, as much as they worship John Wilkes Booth, they also worship Lady Comstock. And her symbol was the crow. I am 90% sure that is the lore behind it. Give me your pears. Ooh, new gear? Yes, please. Thank you. Hat. I really like this hat. I tend to leave the one I have on now, though, that gives me money when I find voxophones. Because I could equip and re-equip, but I always forget. So I just leave the voxophone one in at all times. This vending machine is actually an unused concept. They were going to make gear a thing you could purchase in the game, instead of something you could find. And so this is what the vending machine would have looked like for gear, but then they decided to just make it findable. So there's a couple of points in the game where you find gear from a broken vending machine, either because they just didn't take it out, or because they still kind of wanted to use the concept, I'm not sure.
The false shepherd, this anarchist, is either a mulatto dwarf or a French man with a missing left eye.
Yep, that's me. That's what I look like.
9 inches.
I love that. No, the suspect couldn't be a white man. It must be one of those other two things that I just said. Hold on. Another thing about Infinite that's really nice is you can have access to all of your powers. You don't have to, like, buy more slots. The annoying thing about Infinite is you can only have 2 types of guns at any point in time. You can only carry 2 guns, unlike BioShock 1 where I had, like, 8 guns all of the time. I mean, it's more realistic, but Monument Island is where I'm trying to go.
Monument Island from that station.
This is my current objective. Do I have an objective list? There it is. Objectives. Use your skyhook. Okay. So here is where I can change what gear I'm wearing. This is where I can just know if I've bought a gun upgrade or not. This is what figures I have and if I've upgraded them, and this is where I can access the voxophones to listen to them again. But this is my current objective list. But, yeah. The goal... Is there a puzzle for hacking? There is no puzzle for hacking in this game. And that is something I do not like very much. I miss that very much from the other 2 BioShock games where there is a hacking game. I know a lot of people who are happy there's no hacking minigame. I personally miss it quite a bit. There's an achievement I've already gotten, but if you play the game, if you look through all of these, you get a achievement on Steam. There's really no other reason to look through them, to be honest, other than for an achievement. Always loot, always loot, always loot. Okay. Hop back up. Yeah, so I have a magnetic skyhook, Nolan, that lets me jump from place to place. It's pretty cool. It is. It must be. That must be the solution. And the funnest thing to do with the skyhook is to land on people. Watch this. Oh, I love that. That is just so satisfying. Come on, where are you, suckers? You're gonna get a face full of crow. Okay. The music is very kind and tells you when you've killed everyone. This really important station, they left 2 people guarding it. So because they know that the false shepherd is me, and that the false shepherd wants to find the lamb, they are protecting the station with 2 people. Because they're geniuses. That's what I've decided. I'll take machine gun ammo, please. We're real close to where the game really honestly kicks off. So there's a main character in the game that's your companion, and we haven't gotten her yet. And the game really changes once you do. I think we will probably play through her. We'll get to her, and then that'll probably be where I'll end the stream. But that's probably, it's gonna be at least another half hour to get to that point. I really love the pacing in this game. It's a very strange pace, but I love it quite a bit. I wonder too, and I won't say any more, but I wonder that a lot myself. For reasons. Oh, I'm very sure of that. Okay, hold on. Just wants to collect her money. Darn it. Okay, vending machine. So here, like I said, you can level up stuff. As the ability to possess humans who suicide when the effect expires. This is why I don't use. This is why I don't possess humans very often. I just think it's creepy. So like I've watched them like kill themselves at the end, and it's just bothered me every time. This one's nice. Adds many clusters for greater area of effect, and I think even though it's gonna use up all my money, I'm gonna go for that one. I am going to buy the ability to possess humans though, because it's sometimes you have to do it, even though it makes me uncomfortable.
Possession now turns machine and man.
Yeah. Now I have no salt, which is great. I guess I could have bought some. Why would I do something sensible like that, though? Ah! Hello. Let's dance. Oh, you're not dead. Hold on. That explains a lot. I see you've said something, Yagi. I will read it in a second, I promise. Hold on. Whoa! Hello. For scaring me, you get the glorious death. Salt! Oh, thank God. Give me crows back. Yes! You all will suffer at the fate of my crows. Actually, hold on. There's a turret. I lied. You gotta hit that turret. I just love hitting people with this skyhook. I get way too much enjoyment out of it. See, they keep flying back because of the gear I'm wearing. The bull rush pants. If I had other gear, they wouldn't do that. I don't know if that turret's gonna be on my side yet or not. Nope, they killed the turret. That's fine. Go back to crows. Don't ask how crows fly out of my arm and attack people. Those are the type of questions you're better off not asking. And you're burning to death. Haha, sucker. Okay. Your Christian upbringing makes you super... Right? I'm the same way. I totally get you. That's true. That's true. Easy, have you ever played... And this is a terrible game, so if you've never played it, you're not missing out on a whole lot. Have you ever played XCOM, the Bureau Declassified? Which is kind of like the weird pseudo-child between XCOM and Mass Effect. Nobody would... That's true. I do need bull rush pants for my job. Oh my gosh. Jess, why aren't you doing your job correctly? I don't know. Bull rush pants. Go over there. Never heard of it. That game is like... It's a terrible game that's secretly brilliant. And in it, it basically has like this really meta moment where like you are... I'm trying to think of how to articulate it. Sorry. It's like you're playing a character in the same way I'm playing a character now. But then in the game you learn that the character is possessed by this alien, and the game makes you feel like you're actually the alien possessing the playable character. It was this really weird meta moment that freaked me out. But the rest of the game is terrible. But it's like, I recommend playing it if you like watching really bad B-movies, but then wanting to play a really bad B-movie. Uncanny Mystery in Colombia! Ooh, what is it? Colombia marvels and fears at unfamiliar sights. What is it? What are these astonishments which appear and disappear? Columbia's greatest mind isn't saying. That would be our loot test. XCOM, here, let me... The game's gonna get funky for a second. I'll type it for you. If I can remember how to spell bureau. Hold on. Bureau. If you ever find that game for super cheap, it's worth it. It's not worth it at full price. It's a tie-in to the XCOM series, which is not at all the same kind of gameplay as that game. That game, like I said, is kind of like a weird pseudo-clone of, but it's very short. It's maybe like 12 hours, 15 hours. Mass Effect is a very long game, but it's like a pseudo-clone of Mass Effect in the gameplay style. But XCOM is a tactical turn-based strategy game, and but it's in the same kind of sort of universe, and you fight aliens and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, no problem. I'm obsessed with the XCOM series. I would love to stream that game, but my computer barely plays the game, so the idea of getting my computer to play the game and stream it is just not gonna happen. But one of these days, I will stream it somehow. Whoops, I just lost health because that was an unhealthy banana. Darn it. Silver Eagle. Just looting. I like how there's this whole room and it's lit by like a lantern. Like we can't have a light on. Why would we do that? That takes too much work. Your character did not die. Your character was with me until the end. I finished the campaign you were in, though. But I mean, part of that was because you got a character, like when I just renamed an already established character well into the game. If you had started from the get-go, you very well might have died. Early game, you don't keep a lot of people very long. Alright. Where am I trying to go now? Is this the door? Where the F is the door? Did I walk past? Oh, this door's on. There we go. This door. Give me money. I want all of it. So that others may live. So many live because of your bravery all of the time. I need you alive next time I play that Indiana Jones game, because I can only ever figure it out when you're there. Like, you and Yagi and Fat Batman are like the reason why I can play that Indiana Jones game. This is about to get real fun.
We're sorry to say that Monument Island is off limits. You've got to go. Workmen should proceed to the island by means of the skyline.
Skylines, huh? Those things
Heck.
no coppers came riding in on back by the lottery.
Heck yeah. Just as soon as we loot, we're gonna do it. Who throws money away? Alright guys, this is where it gets crazy. You ready for this?
That line heads to Monument Island with a shot.
Let's do it! Woo! The gumshoe was a great part of that game. Come here. I will fight all of you. Sarge, I was looking for you. We all tweeted you like 900 times. I waited like a half an hour. Like, I did what I could, alright? You definitely want to go back and watch if you're interested in the story at all. However, I think you'll be fine to keep watching from here. We're about to get to the major plot point. For those of you who don't know, I've been streaming these games for Sarge because she's never played the games. Look, Sarge, I can fly in a skyline. Isn't this fun? Woo! This guy is so dead. Watch how dead he is. Boom! You got a friend here, huh? The music's telling me you have a friend here. I'll come listen to that in a second. I want to end combat. Why am I still in combat? There's nobody here. Probably because there's just other guys later down the map. I think that's probably why. So Sarge, we're trying to get to this statue where there's a chick, and we're gonna rescue the chick. And right now, that's the primary purpose of the game. I'm sorry, I saw your message that you were, like, there was storms, but I didn't realize, like, your internet was out.
And the Lord saw the wickedness of man was great, and he repented he had made man on the earth. Rain. 40 days and 40 nights of the stuff, and he left not a thing that walked alive. You see, my friends, even God is entitled to a do-over. And what is Columbia if not another ark? For another time.
First of all, such wrong theology. can't even begin to explain, but that's okay. I'm not going to do that right now. No one comes here for Jess's theology discussions. But the theology is super wrong. But this isn't. Columbia is another art for another time, they said. Here we go. Woo! Suck it, Spider-Man streams. We have skyhooks. This is so great. You can, like, shoot people from on here and crap. It's a lot of fun. Mostly I just like jumping off like that. Oh, I haven't gone to ground. I've gone to sky.
I'm not busting down any doors. You know what kind of swells live here? Did you hear what this guy did? What do you expect from an anarchist?
What do you expect from an anarchist?
They go for the throat. And he draws blood today of all days.
More like, I just set y'all on fire, you suckers. Get over here. Alright, time to go looting.
There's another skyline up above.
I can shoot from the sky.
Some elevation, I could probably reach it.
Thank you, Booker, for telling me what I should be doing right now, but what I should actually be doing right now is looting everything. You and I are going to have to come to an understanding that I will, always and all times, loot all of the things. Life or death situation, I'm going to be looting. Somebody who's more talented than me should make a song that will just be like a theme song for all gamers. Just called, I'm Gonna Be Lootin'. Nolan, you make that song. Make a song called I Gotta Be Lootin'. That is your assignment. That is your charge. You don't actually have to do it. Oh, I bet Sarge gets crazy weather. I get crazy weather because I'm surrounded by, like, freshwater lakes. I can only imagine what it's like where she is. Look, Sarge, I can also hit people in the face. Like that. I'm just gonna find this stuff. You thought I wouldn't find it because it was tucked behind things, but nope. When revived, recover at full health. And I don't need that right now. Later, maybe when the game gets tougher, but right now, I'm not anticipating that being much of a problem. Oh, it gets even more brutal. I'll show you an execution kill the next time I get in a fight. Like right now. Come on. One more time. Execution kill. Oh, so sick. So gross. Gotta be looting though. Right, they're crazy. We get just the weirdest weather every year. Back to the skylines. Let's do it. Sarge, this big statue that looks like a chick, that's where we're trying to go. Dude, the Great Lakes are so good, Yagi. I tell everyone, if you're ever going to come to Michigan in the summer and go to the Cherry Festival in Traverse City. I will come meet you, and we will go to the Traverse City Festival. Well, this is odd.
He who crossed the Delaware with flaming sword and the wings of angels.
So we were landing on this group of people that were shooting at us, and then the voice of Comstock told them to put their weapons down, and they did. And now they're not shooting me. Fun fact, you can actually just lay waste to them if you want, but I don't. That's fair. Now, unfortunately, Traverse City's on the opposite side of the state from Detroit, so it would be... I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would just add a lot of commute time. But, oh, the Cherry Festival's so good. And they have these places... There's this place called Cherry Hut, and it sells, like, cherry pop, cherry candies, cherry pies, cherry wines, cherry beers, cherry... Like, everything cherry. This is odd. You super can just kill these guys and they won't fight back. I'm just not gonna do it.
I know why you've come, false shepherd. I see.
Oh, I see.
Sin that blackens your soul. Wounded knee. The Pinkertons. The drinking. The gambling.
You don't know me. I mean, all that stuff's correct, but you don't know me. Don't you talk about Anna. Don't you come in here talking to me about Anna. You guys don't know who Anna is yet. It's fine.
Debts can be repaid, Booker.
You don't know me, pal.
Prophecy is my business, Mr. DeWitt. As blood is yours. You know why these men will die for me? Because I've seen their future in the glory. And hence they are content. What brought you to Columbia, Booker? Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt?
How do you know about that?
This will end in blood. Then again, it always does with you, doesn't it? It always ends in blood. You've come to lead my lamb astray, but thy crook is bent and thy path is twisted. Go back to the Sodom from which you came.
Sorry, somebody popped in to talk to me during a cutscene. There's a great meme online that says like playing a video game 90% of the time fighting, 10% of the time is cutscene, and it's like it points at the 10% of the time. It's like when someone tries to talk to me. So anyway.
Holy shit.
Crap. I need to latch on something. There we go. There was a lot in there. So Comstock just showed up and knew everything about my life and was telling me all about it. And it's super strange and weird, and I want to know why. He knows so much about me. He mentioned somebody named Anna. And because I've played the game, I know what that means, but you don't know what that is yet. Yes, there's an entire festival just for cherries. We're proud of our cherries. And, I love Traverse City a lot.
To take this thing to Monument Island.
Find the Zeppelin controls. Alright. Don't worry, lady, I won't hurt you.
Okay, I'm sure I can get this thing going.
The Lord forgives everything.
Comstock.
But I'm just a prophet. So I don't have to. Amen.
Douchebag.
Amen.
Wait, what? Oh, snap. Don't do it, lady! Ah, crap. Well, that's great. That's awesome. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. Attach, or just die. It's fine. Attach. Game, attach. Thank you. Never done that before. Woo! Well, there goes the Zeppelin. And it's totally cool if you're obsessed with the Red Wings. I'm obsessed with a lot of things no one cares about, but a lot of people care about the Red Wings, so you have that on me. I'm on the wrong side here. I need to go that way. Hold on. I don't think I can just get over there. Oh wait, there are stairs. I just didn't see them. We're good. The stairs were just like dark abysses, so it's fine. Alright, so we're gonna keep going. We're 2 hours into this stream and an hour in from the last stream before we finally get to the island where we can finally get the girl. That's the whole point of this. So what was crazy about, like I said, with Comstock there is he was going on about all of the things in the game. And he was saying things that he shouldn't know, because they were like my own thoughts and stuff. So he's showing himself to be something of a prophet, all right. Okay. I really want the crow's trap aid, but I can't afford it yet. So that's okay. And yes, we're gonna be done with the area. Monument Tower. So how is your day going, Sarge? You missed some crazy stuff, but it'll always be there for you.
Oh, there it is.
Really sad you didn't get to watch the Red Wings before. Oh, yeah.
Wonder why they got her locked up in this place.
Conveniently, the girl Booker seems to be looking for, which is me, seems to be the same girl that keeps being called the Lamb of the Prophet. See, I'm not a big fan of cherries either, but I love the Cherry Festival, because it's like, cherries are one of those things where I don't like a lot of cherry-flavored things, except for all the stuff at the Cherry Festival is good, because it's like actual cherries that were like actually grown there, that actually just exist and are yummy. Like, I don't know how to explain it, because they're so fresh, it's like actually good. We're just gonna hop on over. This place really isn't well guarded. I always want to visit the Cherry Festival, so I'm just saying, if y'all want to have like a wolf pack trip to Traverse City, and we can all go to the Cherry Festival together. That's always my thing. People are like, oh, it'd be fun to come visit you. I'm like, don't visit me. I live by like 3 farms. There's nothing to do. But like, Cherry Festival, I will go visit that with you. There's nothing to do if you visit me, but come to my state, and I'll go to a different part of my state, and we'll go do things. So here's a small statue inside of the larger statue. I don't know about you, but when I build like multi-story towers, I always put a mini version of that tower inside of the tower. In case I forget what tower I'm in, I can just easily know, like, oh, I'm in this giant tower, because of the small tower. It makes sense. It's very helpful. If you all get into large tower building, it's really a pro tip. Sally! This poster, if you've played the game before, this is a poster we'll see again, and it's relevant. But if you haven't played it, it doesn't really matter.
I guess even in a restricted area, these crackers need someone to clean the floors. Those politicians and scientists don't bother about what they say around me, because I'm some half-leaded colored boy. But I can tell they scared out of their wits by that thing they got locked upstairs. Yes, sir. They got a tiger by the tail, and they don't know whether to hang on or run.
I'm telling you, Nolan, it's great. Yeah, 10 hours sounds about right. Yeah, Yagi, it's like an hour, hour and a half from me. I can drive for 9 hours and not leave my state. Oh, see, Sarge, that makes total sense. But this was different. Because, like, I don't even like cherry-flavored things, but, like, this isn't, like, nasty, artificial flavoring cherry vodka. Like, this is, like, legit good stuff. I bet if you went, we could find something you'd like. I bet there'd be cherry donuts. I'm just saying. And, you know, I haven't actually been inside the Statue of Liberty. I've seen it. I've been to it, but I've never gone in. But I bet that there's a mini Statue of Liberty in there. Danger, do not approach the specimen. Past this point is a 12-hour quarantine. Well, let's go in. Yeah, fresh cherries, exactly. I'm just saying. Like, I don't like cherries, and I love the Cherry Festival. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Yagi. I wouldn't want to go up that high either. Okay, so this is really interesting. This stuff, it's like, this means a lot more if you've played it before, but
What's this?
Specimen. Age 1, age 5, age 11, and age 17. I'm hoping the stream quality is good enough where you can read some of this stuff, but I'll read some of it out loud just in case. See, sir, this is the part you really didn't want to miss, Sarge. So you came just in time. So this is basically a growth chart of the specimen. Past this point, 12-hour quarantine. That's why his name is Noland. I love it. I love it. Alright, so there's a teddy bear. Let's pull the lever. Age 7 or age 4 companion. That's weird. We pull the lever and it turns red. We pull the lever again. And it turns back to brown. That's odd. Let's see what this lever does. Age 11 poetry book. We pull the lever and it goes from brown leather to green leather. Let's pull it again. Okay, back to brown. This is the one I didn't need to know, but you all have to share in it with me. F11. Age 13. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's a French word. I had to look it up. Basically, it's a thing. It's something that shows that a thing happened to her that happens to all girls around the age of 13. I'm just gonna leave it there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can stay in your happy ignorance. Basically, it's showing age 13 is important because there's a lot of hormone changes in the human body, and that the power of this person kick-started around 13 because of hormone changes. Did you know that in Old Irish is actually Nolan? Oh, Newland. That's funny. That's cool. I like stuff like that. That's neat. I heard somebody once say that my last name probably used to have a mech in front of it, and we got rid of it for whatever reason, but I have no idea if that's true. That was just a thing I heard. Family scuttlebutt. Oh man, listen to that music that's gonna flag this stream so hard. Yeah, I think that might have been my real old last name. That's normal. There's just a chair.
Mr. Thompson, sir, I replaced the entire fuse banker's ass, and the lights were all in working order last night. There they go again. We go through boxes of fuses every day as of late, just in the siphon alone. I don't... something's happening.
To prevent risk of exposure, only operate in rooms after Sporiafic has been applied. I think that's a word that means you get rid of like electric charge, but I'm not sure. But basically, there's a lot of electric interference, is what the point of that was. Let's watch a movie. 11-5-11. Bird in the cage. That means something to people if you've played this game before. So that's a little girl. 4-15-12. Specimen is investigating codes. They just call her the specimen, which is really interesting. She's not being called a girl. She's not being humanized, but she's also not being called the lamb, which is what everybody in the town calls her. So this is a very different atmosphere in which she's being talked about. Specimen is painting. Oh, okay, that makes sense, Yagi. So basically, now the specimen's singing, which we won't be able to hear. But basically, they've just been making recordings of this girl. Yep. The Eiffel Tower. She loves Paris, as we will find out. The specimen is dancing. I can walk away at any point, too, if you guys are getting bored. I just like showing this kind of stuff. I think this is stuff that's easy to miss if you're playing through the game. A lot of this is stuff I've found from many playthroughs. See, they've blocked out all the light in this room. And then this room. This is a photography room, which is why it's in all red. Yeah, it's very dehumanizing. We're gonna turn off that music so it stops flagging my stream. I actually really like the music, but I'm sure it's copyrighted. Well, this is interesting. Do not approach Siphon while Specimen is awake. Oh, fun fact, if you're playing this, there's an infusion hidden behind the desk. It's really easy to miss. So again, this is going to show that at the Mencherie, it's a French word, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. This is like her powers. So her powers spiked around age 5 and then went down. And then they spiked really high at the point when a young girl is going through massive hormonal changes. And then they installed the siphon. It's really hard to read, but that says siphon installed. And then that knocked her power, whatever this power is, down. It says power readings. And now it's growing up again, and then somebody wrote facility unsafe.
It is one thing to imagine one's future, and another to see it. I have seen the seeds of fire that will prepare the Sodom below for the coming of the Lord. But Elizabeth shall sow those seeds, not I.
Elizabeth.
I will fall before the job is done. But she shall take up my mantle. The Lord is calling me home. I feel his love in every tumor, because they are the train which takes me to his station. And I go with joy, knowing that Elizabeth will take my earthly place. But the false shepherd is coming to lead my lamb astray. I will not board that train until she is safe from his deceptions.
So what Comstock's saying there is he presumably has cancer, and he's dying, and he wants Elizabeth, his lamb, the specimen, to take his place. Yeah, so Yagi, like I said, here at 13, her power spiked. They installed the siphon, which is this room. I might be giving a little bit too much away, but this is all stuff you can pick up from looking around the room. But then her power continued to grow anyway, so like, you can see here, age 20. So she's at least 20, she might be a couple years older than 20. And her power is now back to being above puberty levels. So there's power being leached off of her right now. And we're at the point where only the prophet himself is allowed to go to. But we're just going to go in anyway, because apparently this isn't guarded at all. It's legit. Confuses me about this game. Just in an elevator, it's fine. It is a very fancy elevator, you're right. I know, it would have been better with elevator music. So here's her room with her codes and some lockpicks that we saw on that video, or film, I suppose. Activate specimen tracker. She's currently in the dressing room.
That's where we need to go.
Dressing room DeWitt. Come on. I guess the reason why there are no guards, and this makes sense, is Comstock wanted only himself here. And the tower is guarded. We're gonna find that out in a minute. Let's pull the lever.
That's her.
She doesn't see us though. It's a one-way mirror. They do. Actually, Yagi, it's right there. It's a camera. So she's looking at her pinky. This is kind of important. If you look real close at her hand, you'll notice her pinky has a thimble over it, and her pinky is shorter than a normal pinky, right? So, like, my pinky's like this, hers is like this. Later on in the game, she's like, I see you staring at my pinky. Do you want to know the story? And I was like, WTF, I didn't notice anything was weird about your pinky whatsoever. The whole point of that is you're supposed to notice there's something weird about her pinky. Fun fact. It'll make sense later. Now she's in the dining room. Let's go to the dining room. Yeah, it's super creepy. They have cameras on her all over the place. It's funny, though, because they're film cameras. So you just can't leave them running forever. Quiet when the specimen is present. What does that say? By order of Columbia Science Authority. Paris again. Some of that songbird that we've seen. Oh, what is she doing? What the... Wait, what is she doing? Oh, snap! Whoa. Look at that. La Revanche du Jedi. See that up there in the corner? Ah! Yeah, this is like dark and evil Disney.
That was. It's got nothing to do with the job at hand.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. So what she did, she opened a thing and we saw Paris, right? You can see the Eiffel Tower in there. There was a movie theater, and on the movie theater it said La Revanche du Jedi, which is, I'm sure I said super wrong, but it's French for the Revenge of the Jedi. Revenge of the Jedi was almost the name of Return of the Jedi in 1983, but is not the actual title. So we just looked through some sort of portal and saw a city where we are not, and a year where we are not, because that would have been 1983, and we are in 1912, and a title that never existed for a movie that does exist. What's going on, guys? Yup. Now that I picked up on right away, but that's only because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Elizabeth is really good. Like, this game, and the devs knew.
Worse all the time.
Speaking of Star Wars quotes, Star Wars references, this job is getting worse all the time. It's Lando Calrissian. It's worth a lot, Nolan, if you can find one of those. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, I don't even know. Oh yeah, the devs of this game knew that this game was going to live or die by how well people liked Elizabeth, and they spent a lot of time. And usually I hate characters like her in this game, but I loved her. She was so great. Rosalind Lutece.
What makes the girl different? I suspect it has less to do with what she is, and rather more with what she is not. A small part of her remains from where she came. It would seem the universe does not like its peas mixed with its porridge.
So, that audio diary will make no sense until you've played the game the second time through. That makes a lot of sense if you've seen the end of the game. This game does a really good job of... there's a lot of replayability. You certainly want to play it a second time. Because everything that happens later in the game was completely built up, completely pre-explained. Everything was thought through. They knew where this game was going the entire time. And it's a really rich experience to play it again.
Alright, I can do this.
Hey, we're just gonna walk up to her face. It's fine. There is a lot of hidden Star Wars stuff in here, too. I will point it out as we hit it. I can't necessarily remember it off the top of my head. But, there are other things. Probably. You'll note I'm not spending a lot of time looting. I've done that in other playthroughs. There's nothing to loot. I'm just gonna stand on top of this thing. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no!
Hello.
I like that she's holding the Odyssey.
Hey! Knock it off! Stop it! Will you stop it? Not here to hurt you.
Who are you?
My name is DeWitt.
This book too is funny.
Come to get you out of here.
Get away!
It's like a book on the principles of quantum mechanics she's gonna hit you with.
Are you real?
See her, Pinky?
He's coming. You've gotta go.
Why?
You don't want to be here when he gets here. Just a minute, I'm getting dressed.
Get you out of here.
There's no way out. Trust me, I've looked. Stop it, you're too impatient. That's enough.
What is she talking to?
What about it?
This is the way out, isn't it?
What are you?
We got this key in the box when we were given a box on our way to the lighthouse, so we've had this key for a while. So this is where she's lived. This is her library.
It's a way out.
Note that the door says Fink. Ah, let me out, game. Escape the statue with Elizabeth. Alright, I'm gonna be not reading chat for a while. Hold on, guys. This gets a little stressful.
It's his job to keep me locked up in here.
So when I said the tower wasn't guarded, it's super guarded. Where are you?
Why did you come here?
This is the perfect time to have this conversation. By the way, I'm trying to run and I can't. We're being forced to run at this speed. Ah.
Hurry!
There you go. I'll show you my solo pistol. Large. Yeah, this is the pistol that Nolan was talking about.
Call the elevator! What the hell is that thing? Press the button!
What is all this? They were watching me? All this time? Why?
She had no idea they were
they put
spying
me
on her.
in here?
She thought she was just
What
living in
am
a
I?
tower.
What am I?
You're the girl who's getting out of this tower.
Oh, shoot! Well, that's nice. And you thought Big Daddies were scary. Go! 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 Okay, I'll go first.
This way.
We have to keep moving.
I'm trying, but I'm literally locked in here. Game. There we go.
Careful, Elizabeth.
How do you know my name?
Not now.
I'm running the wrong way. No, I'm going up. Up and out. That's right. I'm fine. I was just caught on the stairway. We're totally fine. I'm coming.
There's a door up here.
That doesn't mean anything. What?
Out of the way. Let me try.
On the door. Yagi should write a book. Call the elevator. Depending on where. Oh my God. That's funny. I don't know what a Yazuka is. Okay, running. This is so stressful to play. Like this. Ah, there's the songbird. Frickin' A. Because it doesn't let you run. I'm trying to run, but you're forced to go at this speed. Whoa! Here we go. Where is it? Whoa! It just took out that thing. Oh, it wants blood. Oh, oh! That's gonna get noticed. They're gonna notice that that statue is dead. That's not gonna be dead. that stupid bird. Whoa, well, here we go. We're just gonna fall into some water. Okay, so we fell into the water. The bird's still trying to kill us, but the bird can't go into water because it's a robot bird. I don't know if you noticed that it's a robot word, or robot bird. And we're back here. So we saw this in the first stream. There's every time DeWitt gets knocked out, he goes to this office. This isn't weird at all.
What do you want with her? We have a deal to work. Tell me what you want with her. Open this door right now. Are you going to hurt her? Tell me what you want.
Oh, frick, she's humming Will the Circle Be Unbroken. That's great. I never noticed that before. What's this music playing in the background? I wonder if the music's also The Circle Will Be Unbroken. Alright, let's open the door. Booker DeWitt, investigating. Anna? That's who Comstock told us about. Alright, guys, we're gonna wake up on a beach, and once we do, I think I'm gonna call the stream. We've been going for 2.5 hours. So we'll hit this cutscene at the end of here, and then I will try to play this game again soon, now that I can actually stream again. But we'll get ready to wrap up. If you're in the chat, Sergeant Curry Pants, Bare Naked Gaming, and McYagi, who've been talking to me, are all also content creators, YouTube channels. You should check out the YouTube channel. They're all cool people. Nolan's cool too. He's my partner in solving crime. Anna? Who's Anna?
No, it's me, Elizabeth. Are you all right?
Where am I?
Back in the land of the living. Here, let me.
I'll be fine.
You almost drowned. You need to...
I said I'm fine. Just give me a minute.
Do you hear that?
That's music.
It's music.
You go on. I just need to...
Okay, I won't be long. I won't be long, Mr. DeWitt.
Are we on a beach? Are we back in the mainland? What happened? We're just gonna pass out for a little bit. And then we're gonna wake up. Nope, we're still super in Colombia. But we're somehow in Colombia at a beach. That's odd. So we're at a place called Battleship Bay. Battleship Bay is one of my favorite maps in the game. Hold on. There's a lot of gross things along the side because I'm dying. Let me find some... whatever. But look how pretty this is. There's waterfalls everywhere. There's this beach. Also from here, we just have to find Elizabeth again. There's kind of a running theme in this game of finding Elizabeth. But I'm not sure when I'm going to be back at it, but it'll be sometime early next week, hopefully. And it'll be around, I don't know what time zone y'all are in, but I will probably start the stream like an hour earlier from whatever time it is now, if I'm playing during the week. I tend to play around noon or 1 Eastern Standard Time if I stream during the week. Weekends are a little bit different, just because I have odd work hours. But I appreciate you all coming around. I've been watching the view count. This is one of my better viewed streams, so I appreciate that. And thank you, Easy. I appreciate that. I like to hope that I'm somewhat interesting while I play. I'm not the best at playing, but I like to have fun with guys. But thank you very much. It was wonderful talking to all of you. And I will be excited to see you. Also, if you want to look at the bar up top, you'll see another YouTube channel, youtube.com/StarWarsRefuge. This is my side channel. I'm primarily a Star Wars YouTuber. And Monday, we have a live stream podcast with an author, and we're going to talk about how writing and intellectual properties work, which is going to be really, really cool. So if you guys want to drop by, that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. London time. So it'd be cool to see you guys around there too. If you guys want to check me out there. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And just thank you and